Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today. For those who don't know me, my name is Mandy de Grace. I am a Reiki practitioner, a wellness lover, and a spiritual seeker. So this whole week I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in this next episode, and one thing that came up for me was anxiety. So anxiety is something that a lot of people struggle with, and myself included. I really have had a lot of anxiety in my life, and I still struggle with it sometimes. So I want to dedicate this whole episode on the topic of anxiety. I want to share my personal experiences, the different shapes that anxiety can take, and also I want to give you guys some advice and some things that I've learned along the way. So to begin, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So growing up, I was a very shy little girl. I remember a lot of people would tell me, adults tell me, oh, she's just shy, that's why she's not talking, or that's why she's really quiet, oh, she's just shy, you know. So that's kind of like a label that I took on very early in my life. And the reason I was shy is because I had a lot of social anxiety. I was afraid to say the wrong thing. Sometimes I felt like really awkward. Like, I think I mentioned this in a different episode, but I remember going in the front of the class to get some tissues because I wanted to blow my nose, and all I can think was, are my arms positioned normally? Like, am I walking normally? How are people perceiving me? And I was overthinking everything all of the time. So basically, I was suffering from anxiety. I didn't know at the time that it was called anxiety. I just said I was shy. That being said, I want to mention you can be shy in one aspect of your life and not be shy in a different aspect. For me, like socializing, meeting new people, I was very intimidated by that process. But when it came to dancing on stage, I was super confident, had no nerves whatsoever. So I think that anxiety can show up in different ways depending on what scares you the most. That being said, growing up, people telling me I was shy, most people thought it was a quality and telling me, oh, you're just so cute, you're so shy and quiet. But I think that looking at the big picture, shyness and being anxious socially is not the best. It's not the best because you want to be able to have new opportunities, meet new people, and grow, and all of these things. And if you're always staying in your comfort zone, if you're always staying blocked here, you're keeping all of these beautiful experiences from coming into your life. So I really had to work hard to overcome my shyness, to overcome my social anxiety, because I knew, oh, that's my boyfriend. I knew that it was going to hinder me in the long run. And thank God, because a lot of the things that I'm experiencing now that I love about my life, I would have not been able to do this if I were as shy as I was back then. Like right now, I don't consider myself shy at all. I mean, like, I'm making YouTube videos, and the way I met my partner was online. Like, I really put myself out there. So yeah, I feel like obviously I'm not trying to minimize the pain of social anxiety. Like, I understand it's a very legitimate issue, but if it's something that you can work on, I highly encourage it, because you'll see that life is beautiful and there's really nothing to be afraid of. So yeah, growing up I was really shy, and the way that I was able to overcome that is baby steps and practice. So little things that you can do every single day to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone until your body becomes used to these things and knows that it is safe to do these things. It's not scary to do these things. Because a lot of people who suffer from anxiety have irrational fears. Like, one thing that I'm gonna be vulnerable and share something that I'm going through right now personally. Every time I eat something new, I get this huge fear that I'm going to have a allergic reaction. So I eat something, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have an allergic reaction, I'm gonna die. And what's crazy about it is, like, the body will respond to that stress, and I really had that tight feeling in my throat, like I was having an allergic reaction, but really it was the placebo effect, and I was truly having an anxiety attack. So yeah, if you have anxiety, I totally understand. I've been through it myself. But thankfully, there are methods that we can use, and there are mindset shifts that we can apply to lower the level of anxiety that we live. I'll give you the ones that I use, and the first one is something that I talk all the time about, and it's meditation. And I realize that for a lot of people, especially if you don't consider yourself spiritual, the idea of meditation doesn't sound like a serious option. Let's say that. But it is scientifically proven. It's very real. The effects of meditation are very real, and it has to do with relaxing your body through breathing and through visualization or a mantra, or just calming your thoughts, observing your thoughts. So as a health coach, if I was coaching you through releasing anxiety in your life, I would suggest meditating in the morning and at night for 5 minutes. If you can do 5 minutes, that's amazing. If you can do 10, even better. Because you're training your body to go from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, which means, in simple terms, that you're coaching your body to relax, to chill out, to not worry about what's happening, and to know that you're not being chased by a tiger, you're not going to die, everything is fine. And so just returning to that state of stillness and calm and peace that we're supposed to be in most of the time. Another shape that anxiety can take is procrastination and overthinking. I think those two go hand in hand, and I actually made a whole video about procrastination. If you want to check it out, it's on my page, or it's uploaded as a podcast episode on my podcast, Hello Goddess. Plugging it in. I'm so weird. Oh my god. I think overthinking and procrastination go hand in hand, because sometimes we procrastinate because we're overthinking it. And the cure to this is just do it. That's one of my favorite mantras. Just do it. Take action. Take inspired action, and don't overthink things, because literally life is not that serious. It's really not. We're supposed to be here to have fun, to create, to love, to be joyful. And we really kill that joy when we're trying to be perfect all the time and trying to be so serious about everything. So if you are the type to overthink, you can use a mantra like, I feel peace now. I am grounded now. I feel centered now. I am here. I am enough. Just gonna have a little bit of my coffee. I drink decaf now, by the way, because I used to drink a lot of coffee, and it had no effect on me whatsoever. And now, I don't know what happened, but now I have a little bit of caffeine, and I just get so anxious and so stressed and so just panicked. I had to cut off caffeine completely. So I just drink decaf now. Anyways, back to the topic. Okay, so a different kind of anxiety, I'm trying to think different ways anxiety can show up in your life. One that I really struggle with, but I'm getting a lot better at, is worrying about the future. So worrying about something that might happen, worrying about something that you think will happen, worrying about something you don't want to happen. All these shapes of worrying about the future, those are very, very detrimental, because they're disturbing your peace, the peace that you can feel right now in the present moment. By worrying about something that may not actually happen, you may be worrying about something the whole year, and you get to that moment and it's totally fine. And I think it's a shame, because we really ruin the present, which is all there is, really. Worrying and being anxious about something that is irrelevant right now or may not even happen. So I'm going to give you a thought experiment right now, and the next time you worry about the future, I want you to write it down, and when that moment comes that you worried about, put a check mark if it happened, and put an X if it didn't happen. And you'll see, if you do it, I've done that exercise before, And 95% of the time, I was worried for nothing because what I thought would happen didn't happen. I was literally worried and like crying sometimes over things that I thought were gonna happen and I didn't want to happen, but then that moment comes and it was fine. Nothing happened. Like, and another thing too you have to realize is sometimes you'll say things like, the reason I'm worried is because this is inevitable. Like, I don't see any other options, but there's always other options. The universe is beautiful, and if you ask it to show you a different way, to show you a third option when you thought there were only two, you'll see that there's so many possibilities, and life can be so much more beautiful when you trust. This is the word you have to think about. Trust the universe. The universe is benevolent. That's my belief anyway. And just ask it to help you through something like that, and you'll see that whatever shows up might be even more beautiful than you could imagine. So if we look back to what I said in this episode, basically what I would suggest is focusing on actions and thoughts that lead you to more peace. It may be uncomfortable at first to put yourself out of your comfort zone, but with practice, it will feel better. Over time, it will feel more natural. And when it comes to practices that you can do regularly to lower your anxiety levels, there's meditation, like I mentioned, a very, very powerful method of relaxation. But there's also other things, like if you don't want to meditate, you can take a bath. I take baths every night. Like, as my boyfriend, I'm always in the bath with my bath bombs and anyway. But yeah, baths, walking in nature, so good for you. The oxygen from the trees, just connecting with nature and the stillness outside. There's diffusing some essential oils and journaling. There's drawing, painting, whatever your art is, anything that makes you feel relaxed and just at ease and calm and centered. That inner peace, that calmness, that's the state that you want to pursue as much as you can, because when something more difficult happens in your life, then you have that stillness, you have that resilience and the strength and the foundation to hold you through that experience, which would have otherwise been overwhelming if you didn't practice meditation and practice peace. So yeah, that's about it for today. Anxiety is such a big topic that I'm gonna have to break it down in different videos and different angles, but basically I wanted to share that with you. Meditation or meditative practices like art and walking outside and a bath and anything that grounds you will help you with your anxiety, but also the way you speak to yourself and the way you act in your life. You want to be able to try to overcome these feelings of anxiety so that you are able to live your best life. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support and the kind words that I receive. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Sending you all of the love, all of the light, and the Reiki energy. Bye.